Hey guys, it's Kaylee Morgan. We are excited to be here. I am one of the music instructors for the Summer Arts Camp here at the Lake Wales Arts Center. So if you hear any noise going on, it's raining and thundering, and so hopefully we don't have any problems, but just in case you hear something, that's what's going on. So I have an assistant here. This is Mr. Brandon. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey guys, I'm Brandon Alvarado. I'm the education coordinator here at the Lake Wales Arts Center. We're very excited to welcome you to this next session of our virtual Summer Arts Camp. We're really excited to have Miss Morgan here today, and we're going to create some really awesome instruments. So let's rock and roll.
Yeah, all right. So as Mr. Brandon just said, we're going to make some more instruments. If you've already watched some of our previous videos, if not, we're going to make some instruments. So I'm going to let you know what you need out of your grab bag that you got from the Arts Center. That way you can be prepared as we get going. So what you're going to need is you have 4 little paper plates. Might be, mine are all stacked up. Okay, so you got 4 of them. You're gonna need those. You have a long skinny stick. You're gonna need that. You got a little solo cup. Okay, you have 2 of these in your bag, but you only need 1 for right now. You have a balloon. 4 bigger beads. Can you see those? 4 bigger beads. Yes. And then I'm not gonna pick these up because, well, I'll pick 1 up, but they're really tiny. You got 10 to 15-ish of these little itty bitty beads. They should be in a baggie for you, okay? When we get to our project, I'll explain more, but if you have rice or something that you want to grab, you could use some of that to help add to what we're going to be doing, but right now don't worry about it, you got your beads. And then you have a string. We had 2 strings, and this is the longer of the 2.
This is the longer one. This is the size of 2 plates put together.
Yes, exactly. So if your string matches 2 plate lengths, like Mr. Brandon's doing right now, yep.
Yeah,
if it looks like that,
kind of something like that,
then you have the right string. Okay. And you'll need scissors and tape as well. Okay. So today with this one, we're going to be making some percussion instruments.
Awesome. Those
are some of the most fun instruments to make, and you probably know a lot of them. So, Mr. Brandon, what do you think might be considered a percussion instrument?
Let's see. We have the snare drum, you know. You got a bass drum, you know, some loud notes there, and then like a triangle, like a simpler triangle, like a
right. Yeah. So when we think of percussion instruments, a lot of times, like Mr. Brandon mentioned, 2 drums. We think about a lot of drums.
Yeah.
But then I was very thankful that he mentioned a triangle, because percussion instruments aren't just drums. There's all different kinds of percussion instruments. You bang on them, you scrape them, you hit them with a stick. They're just all different types of ways to
like
play.
A rainmaker's a percussion
instrument. Like it's raining outside. That's a good example. Rainmaker. Those sticks that you turn upside down, it's got the beads in it, it sounds like it's raining.
Oh yeah.
You know, those are awesome. So there's just all different kinds that you can play. We mentioned a vibraphone earlier when we were talking. I'm not going to try to imitate what that sounds like, but those are pretty cool. Let's see what else. We have rhythm sticks sometimes, and they're like, in my classroom, I really enjoy just using the rhythm sticks to make rhythms with.
If you've taken some art center classes before, Miss Moore, we have boom whackers that we use.
Boom whackers are considered percussion instruments. They're pitched percussion instruments, which means they make notes and not just like a drum. It just makes one sound. But with boom whackers or things of that nature, they have different sounds that they make, different notes that they can produce. Did we lose a bead?
I lost a couple beads, but we'll get there later.
So these beads are really tiny, so I hope you don't lose them. I'm sorry that they're so little, but that's what we're going to work with. So we'll talk more about percussion instruments as we make some instruments, but we're going to make 3 instruments today, okay? So first we're going to start with a drum. Just pretty easy, get started, get comfortable with our hands, get going. So you're going to need your little cup and your balloon and a pair of scissors, okay? We're going to share.
We washed our hands.
We did wash our hands. So we are going to take our balloon, okay? And you see the part that you blow into, the skinny part? You're going to cut that off. So I'll show you. These are kind of, see, I kind of fold it in half. Oops. Some scissors are sharper than others. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And then do not put this in your mouth. It is not safe. Put it to the side, okay? We do not play with balloons.
So about right here where it meets the. There we go.
Perfect.
Put that to the side.
And then you're going to take your balloon and flip it inside out. So you take your fingers, open it wide, and stick your thumbs through. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Then, now this part can be a little tricky. If you are struggling with it, don't be afraid to ask an adult or an older sibling or even a younger sibling, because all they're going to do is hold the cup for you. So I'm going to do it without help, hopefully. I'm going to leave my cup sitting on the table. And I'm going to take my balloon and stretch it as wide as you can and put it on top of your cup. And you want it to be nice and flat. You see that? There's no dip in it. And it wraps all the way around your cup. Mr. Brandon's working on it. He's getting there.
Oh, see, this is what you don't want. You
Yeah,
don't want this.
He's got a little bit of an air bubble, so
divot in there.
take it off and let's try again. I've had lots of practice at this, so this is Mr. Brandon's first time. So when I made my first one, it looked like that too. So don't feel bad. It's okay.
Okay, so nice and tight, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, you want me to hold your cup for you?
Yeah, let's show an example of
So
if
this
someone
is
helped you out.
if somebody needs to help you.
Yeah.
You're gonna hold the cup
All right.
down at the bottom. Yep. There you go. Stretch it nice and tight.
Oh, did I get another divot?
You're good. Go ahead, pull.
Okay.
Yep. That's better.
Yeah.
All right.
Practice, guys.
And if you have to do it a couple times to get it right, that's fine. You know, not a big deal. Just take it off until you get it to look the way you want. And then you got a little drum. Sometimes I like to put rice in mine, and then you get like a shaker and a drum at the same time. But for the purpose of this, we're just gonna have a drum, okay? But if you have rice at home and you want to add to it, go for it. If you want to decorate it, you know, it's your drum.
It's a very quick and simple percussion instrument that you can make at home.
Yes. And if you use different size cups, you know, if you had more balloons at home and you want to use different size cups, they'd make different like pitches.
Yeah.
So you could have like a whole little drum set of cups if you wanted.
Oh, that'd be really cool, yeah.
Pretty cool, yeah. So that's our drum. Any questions about the drum?
Do better than me, guys.
So when you play a drum, the way it works is the drum head, right? That's what our balloon is the drum head. It's stretched tight over the body, which is what our cup is, right? And then when you hit it, it vibrates to make the sound. Okay. So you can flick it and you might hear a little more.
Yeah, you can.
More drum-like sound, you know, so that's pretty cool. But that's how drums work. You have a drum head, it's stretched over the body, and then when you hit it with a drumstick or you bang it with your hand, it vibrates and it makes that drum sound.
Okay, yeah.
And different ones have different sounds based on what they're made out of and whatnot. But ours is a rubber band drum, so. All right, so put that aside. We're gonna make a tambourine next.
Let's make a tambourine.
All right, so for the tambourine, you're gonna need 2 of your plates. Mine are stuck together. 2 of your plates, okay? And your little tiny beads.
Ooh.
Okay, now this is where if you have rice or something, or if you wanted to go outside and get some rocks, you could do that. You're just gonna take them and put them on one of your plates. So put them, oops. Don't put your big beads in, just the little ones, because I almost grabbed one of my big beads. So once you get them all in there, they're rolling away.
Okay.
So if you wanted to put some rice in there or something, you could. You're gonna take your other plate, set it on top. Don't pick it up.
Oh.
No, yeah, that's good. But don't pick it up because your beads and rice might go everywhere and then you're gonna have a mess to clean up. So you have your tambourine, but it's not together yet, okay? So now what you're gonna do is we're gonna take just some pieces of tape.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be super big. And can you see what I'm doing down here? Yep. Okay, so you're gonna take the tape, oops, make sure your plates stay together. You're gonna take the tape and wrap it around the edges to make them stick together.
So Miss Morgan, how come we're keeping our plates flat on the ground here and not kind of doing it up in the air and moving about?
Right, that's a good question, because if we pick it up, we might spill our beads.
Okay.
Yeah, so we want to make sure we get it taped nice and good before we pick it up. So you're going to want to do multiple pieces of tape around the edges. They don't have to necessarily be touching. Just make them close enough that there's not big gaps so that the beads or the rice can't get out. And if you pick it up after you get the tape on it and you feel like I might lose a few beads, that's okay. Get some more tape, put some more tape on it. It's not a big deal, you know.
And Miss Morgan, before they even put anything together, could they decorate the other sides of their plates as well?
Oh, absolutely. If you want to decorate your tambourine, go for it. I've even seen some kids take like bells, if you have bells, and you can like tape them on the edges, and then you have a different type of tambourine, a different sound, and that's totally awesome too. We just don't have any bells today. Almost there.
Maybe one or two more, that'll be good.
Yeah, me too. I think I might be okay with one more.
One more.
Yeah, and see my beads aren't coming out, and I can shake it, and nothing's coming out. There's some holes that are a little bit bigger, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of tape, like a hexagon.
Yeah.
We got 6 pieces of tape. How many did you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6 as well.
Awesome. So 6 is a good number if your pieces aren't too big. Now, if you have smaller pieces, you're gonna have to do more. But we use pieces that were probably about that big. You think? About that big. So you might want to do like 6 of those around the edges. And like Mr. Brandon said, you can decorate it. Like I said, if you had bells or something that you wanted to put on, the jingle bells on the outside, glue them on there or tape them on there, and then you have a different sound. But you can shake it, or you can bang on it. If you put bells on it and you bang on it, it's gonna obviously make a more jingle bell type sound, and that's totally awesome. So, just like our drum, you play this one by hitting it, right? But you can also shake it. So that's another way that we can play percussion instruments, is to shake them, because some of them, you know, have beads or, you know, wherever it might be from. You don't know what necessarily might be inside, but like beads on the inside that make it rattle. So that's another easy, fun one to make.
Miss Morgan, does the size of the beads change the way that the tambourine is going to sound, or the rice or something like that?
Oh, that's a great question. Yes. So the bigger and heavier the beads, the maybe the more noisy it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like a heavier kind of sound. Because the little beads, they're so tiny, they just kind of make little tiny noises. But the bigger beads might, you know, like bigger noises. Does that make sense? So that's a great question, and if you use rice, it's going to sound different than the beads together, because when the rice rubs up against each other, it's going to sound different than the beads, because the beads are plastic. If you wanted to go outside and find little pebbles, they're going to sound different too, because, you know, they're rocks and they're also pretty heavy. So, and you can use bigger plates. You can use plastic plates if you had those, and you get different sounds. But today, this is what we've got. I hope you decorate them and have fun with them, because it's definitely... Percussion instruments are so much fun.
Exactly.
All right, the next one. It's gonna be the hardest one. Okay.
Okay.
But we've gotten warmed up.
Okay.
We can do this. Okay, we're gonna make a spin drum. All right. It's fun.
Okay.
So you're gonna need the rest of your materials. So, oh, I lost one of my little beads. Sorry. Your last 2 plates. Your string, which is the length of your 2 plates.
Kinda. Yeah.
Your stick, and your 4 beads. They are probably all different shapes, sizes, colors. That's okay. All right. The best place to start.
Okay.
Grab 2. Well, first let's start with 1 bead. 1 bead.
Okay.
You're gonna tie, put it far enough down the string that you can tie a knot around it. Because if you just tie a knot in the string, it's gonna go over it, because these beads are kind of big.
Okay.
So, here, I'll show you. So you're just gonna take it, just like when you're starting, can you see what I'm doing? Just like when you're starting to tie your shoe. You're gonna take it, loop it, and then pull it. And see, now my bead's not gonna go anywhere? See that? See?
Okay, loop it, and so like...
Yeah, just pull it through.
Oh, pull it through. All right. Oh.
Yep.
Losing some fibers here.
Yep. I have to wet the string a little bit.
There we go.
Yep, perfect.
Okay, and then tighten it.
Yep.
Just like so, correct?
Perfect.
Okay.
And then you're going to do this a second bead on the same end of the string the same way.
Okay.
So I might have made mine kind of close together, but
I
it's
think
okay.
I think I did the same thing with mine.
That's okay. You don't want to be super far apart because you got to put, you'll see in just a second why you don't want to be super far apart.
Oh, I might need to redo mine. I think this is a bit too close, Miss Morgan.
No, I think those will be okay,
think
as long
so?
as you've got enough room to tie them. See, mine are close together.
Okay.
See how close mine are together? But there's not a whole lot of string at the end, see that? So that's good. So once you get that end done, go ahead and do the other end. I'm gonna go ahead while Mr. Brandon's working on his. See, my string's falling apart, so I'm gonna wet it a little bit.
Oh.
And some of the beads have bigger holes than others, so trying to get my string wet so it'll go through. I might need to trim the end of my string a little bit to get it not frayed. Oops. You doing good over there?
Well, I was doing pretty well, and then I didn't have enough string for the second bead. So I had to restart, so I'm just going to make sure I have enough string left. You guys are going to make sure you have enough string to tie that second bead. I did not have enough string, unfortunately.
So I'm going to switch beads because that hole was getting kind of hard to put the string through, so I'll do that one in a second. So you're going to do the same thing on the other end, just do your 2 beads. So this drum is going to be different because we're not going to use our hands to hit it. The beads are actually going to hit the drum for us. The string does not want to cooperate. If you have a bead with a little hole in it, you might have to be very patient with it. Just like I'm having to do right now. I think Mr. Brandon got good beads. Most of them have the bigger holes, so you should be okay. If I can't get it to go, I'll just work with 1 bead on this end. I think that's what I'm going to do. So since I only have 1, as long as you have at least 1 bead on each end, you'll be fine. So I'm going to move my bead a little closer to the end of the string since I'm only doing 1 on this side. And if you have more beads at home and you want to put more on, go for it. But we only have 4 today.
Okay. I think I kind of got mine.
Yep.
One side. Let's just do the next one. Sorry guys, taking too long.
You're fine. Once you get the beads on, the rest of it goes pretty quick. So while Mr. Brandon's working on the beads, I'll go ahead and start talking a little bit about what we're going to do next. So then you have your stick, okay? You're going to want to lay your stick on the table. Here, I'll put more in the middle of the table for you. You're going to lay your stick on the table, and you're going to do a similar knot that you just did on the beads, but you're going to do it on the stick. Hopefully our strings are long enough and we calculated this correctly. Okay, so you see how I did that? Kind of made like a letter T out of it.
Oh, there we go.
You're
okay.
fine. Take
All right,
your time.
so I got mine. So I got
Perfect,
my
he's
stick.
got his beads.
Okay.
So try to put it as close to the middle as possible.
All right.
But no, the middle of your string, I'm sorry.
Oh, I lost. All right, we're gonna go
It's
with
okay.
1 bead.
It's okay.
Okay.
I only have 1 bead on 1 end too.
All right, so close to the middle of the string.
Yeah, close to
Okay.
the middle of the string, but towards the top of the stick.
Okay.
Okay. Middle of the string,
Yep.
top of the stick. You're gonna make like a letter T.
Okay. And then we're tying it, correct?
Yep, just like you did on the beads. Not like a big knot, just like loop it through. I think this will be just fine. About to find out.
And it's okay if it doesn't work the first time, because you know.
Right. I think our string is just the right length.
There we go. Like this, Miss Morgan.
Yes.
Okay.
And if your beads are too close to the middle, you know, once you get it all done, you might have to go back and like take your beads off and try again. It's okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a small piece of tape because you're just taping the stick to the middle of the plate. But take it and put it towards like maybe the bottom, like that, okay? And I'm going to lay it down so I don't mess it up. I'm going to put a piece of tape on the stick so now I can hold my plate.
Okay.
Okay? And then once you get that done, you're gonna wanna take your beads like this, okay? Make sure that they are sticking out, and you're gonna put your other plate on top. And just like when we did the tambourine, you're gonna tape it all the way around. So like 6 pieces about this big probably, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, Mr. Brandon's coming. He's making good progress
There we
over
go.
there.
Okay.
You need to slow down, are you doing good?
No, I'm good. And see, the great thing about this video, guys, you might be able to pause it
Yeah.
and take some time. So definitely do that. I'm kind of having to rush, so I keep up with Miss Morgan, but
Or rewind and, you know, go back, and if you need to watch something again, that's totally fine too. I've had a little bit of practice with these.
there we go. Now I'm closing mine, correct, like this?
Yep, and we're
All
doing
right.
just like when we made the tambourine.
Very nice, very nice.
But do not tape your string to the plate or it won't work, okay? So you want to put some tape above and below your string. Like I just put one right here and my string's right here. I'm going to put one more down here. You see that right there? My string's here, so we're going to put a piece of tape here and a piece of tape here, okay? And do the same thing on both sides. It's okay if you get a little bit of tape on your stick. I did too. It's not a problem. Your stick's not going anywhere. And I love this instrument. It's so much fun once you get it done.
You can decorate the plates too, correct?
Yep, just like your tambourine. You want to decorate it when you're done or before. If you don't want to mess up the plates before, you can color on them, decorate them, write your name on it. Whatever you want to do, name your own band.
Yeah.
You know? All right, once you get it all taped,
Okay.
so our strings are here. Whoops,
Woo.
mine went upside down. Your strings are here, right? So then you're going to take your stick and you're going to,
Oh.
So my tape came undone.
Yeah.
So we would have to undo our plates, okay? So you would untape your plates. Maybe we can just undo the bottom tape.
I think so. That might just be the best course of action.
See, sometimes they don't work the first time, and that's okay. If you have glue, maybe glue would be a better option. We don't have glue with us today. So we're gonna just fix our tape at the bottom here. I think that'll be a good fix. Yep, my tape just came undone.
Yeah.
So maybe the best way to do it is to get some tape right here to hold it in place on when you're putting your 2 plates together. You see what I did there, Mr. Brandon?
Oh, I see. Yes,
Put
ma'am.
a tape here and then make like a crisscross around it,
Yeah, it looks like that's the best way to do it.
just to give it some stability. You might even want to put a couple pieces to make it more sturdy, and that's fine. Whatever works for you. And yours might work perfectly the first time. Music is all about trial and error and practice.
Okay.
All right, and that should do it. You have to tape it tighter on the inside. But your strings, once you're done,
All right.
should do like that. And if your stick is in there stable enough, mine still came.
Mine's not really.
Mine still
but
came out, but it's okay. Just go back in, undo your tape, and tape it again on the inside. For time's sake, I don't want to waste your time. So, but once you get it done, you should be able to hold your stick and do like this, like you're starting a fire.
Oh, yeah.
And your stick should stay still.
Yeah.
And your beads should make noise.
And I think one of the important lessons we took away from here is that you got to make sure the stick on the inside is as stable as possible.
Yep.
When doing, otherwise, when you just get a loose stick.
Or
and
maybe put your stick a little closer to the inside of the plate. You know, maybe you just gotta find that spot that works best for what we're doing.
Oh, the
here.
middle does work a little better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the middle might work better. So if you tape it towards the middle of your plate,
Mhm.
that might be best. But I love this instrument because you don't, because like when you're playing percussion instruments, sometimes your hands get tired because you know you're smacking on the drum or something and your hand gets all red and sore. But with this, it does the work for you. You just take your hand and be like this or turn it side to side and it makes the noise for you. And it's, I mean, you can use different, like if you want to put jingle bells on the end instead of beads, like you can get different sounds like we were talking about the tambourine.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing about percussion instruments is they have all different kinds of sounds and different uses, and we come across them almost every day.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about percussion instruments or anything that we've made?
I think, we've made 3 really great, fun instruments here, guys. Definitely get your family involved so they can, make your own little percussion band when you get home.
Yeah.
But this is what a great way to spend your day.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye guys. Thank you so much.